In the beginning I was terrified. It came as a shock because obviously no one's experienced this before and nobody knew what was going to happen, or every day something changed and there was news about it hitting places, and being away from home too, it's the most scary because I was obviously fearing what's going to happen to my family. Then when we were told that flights were getting cancelled and people were actually leaving in a hurry, some clubs were sending people home the next week or a few days afterwards, I always believed that Addison would help us, truly. I thought if something had to happen, maybe if something out of Addison's control, we would have had to go home. But I knew that Addison was going to make sure that we would be fine.
First thing you think of is am I going to be out of a job? No work, no income. Everybody's got bills to pay, everybody's got families to support. And, it's a very uncertain time right now. But I'm glad to say that, I work at a place like this where, the club, and the board together with Michael McCarthy and Anthony, they've done a great job in keeping majority of us employed. Even those that aren't able to work, that are over the age of 65 or whatever the case may be, everybody's still getting 75% of their salary, which is a big, big help. There's a lot of people out there that I know of personally, that are out of work. So you don't understand what a relief or what a great weight lifted off your shoulder, knowing that we still able to get paid. We're doing deliveries to the members, which is a great help from them in supporting us. They're still buying lunches and dinners. We've got a market which they're still purchasing from, so it keeps all of us busy and everybody's got a job end of the day.
There's obviously a little worry. I'm young, I like to think I'm in good health and healthy and stuff like that, so I'm more worried about the older crowd, my parents, my grandparents, stuff like that. So just stopping the spread, so it is important for people to stay home and just follow the guidelines just to really stop the spread of this thing to kind of get back to normal. So yeah, I was definitely a little worried. I'm very blessed that we're still working, we're still getting paid. They're incentivizing us for working still, to take care of the membership that's here. And I'm very thankful and I'm very blessed for that, to be able to keep going.
My biggest fears was just family and friends and the members as well. I mean, we're still young and we're capable of building up against it, but it's also scary because young people are also getting it. So we all just have to work together, and Addison is my income. I mean, this is why I'm here. I'm from South Africa. This is my income. I can't just go get another job. I'm not allowed to, and Addison has just been there, in this time. So
obviously I know there's a lot of worry going around, what's going to happen. No one knows how to deal with it because it's a new thing. I mean, it's a new thing for everyone here. They haven't experienced anything like it. So it was a bit scary just because it's unknown. But I mean, I guess I wasn't too worried about the disease. I'm still young, but I was just worried about spreading it because I know it can affect a lot of old people a lot more. So I was just worried about keeping to myself and not spreading the disease. But I think Addison's done a very good job with containing it and helping us to not spread anything. They've given us the supplies, they've given us gloves, they make sure that we keeping sanitized and everything, and the members really appreciate that as well because they can see how much that we're doing to not spread it to them because they're a much older crowd, so I mean it affects them more. But yeah, Addison provides everything for us, so it's been pretty good so far.
This is now my 4th season here, so I know how we are treated here and how helpful they are and how this is actually my family away from home, And I always had confidence in Anthony and Michael and our members that our priorities and our safety would always be put first and that we would be taken care of. I don't know, there was people that were freaking out, obviously, for people that have just come here for the first time. I would always tell them, don't worry about it. They're gonna look after us. We'll be fine. Just have faith that we will be fine. They will look after us. It's out of our control right now, but I just knew that we would be okay.
Yes, there was a bit of a worry thinking about if we're gonna be safe. I'd say the club yet again, stepped up. I can say we've got cleaning products, sanitizers, hand sanitizers. We've got face masks, which is a struggle to come by now. if you go into the store, you can't get anything as simple as toilet paper or a wiper roll. We're very grateful, and even though we're still working with daily getting masks to make sure that we're protecting ourselves and the members as we're doing deliveries and as we're all working together, so that we're not in physical contact. We're doing testing before every shift, making sure that nobody's sick, checking temperatures. There's like a list of questions that people need to answer, making sure that they haven't been exposed or been around other people that could potentially pass it on if they have it. But that's the thing, you don't know who has it. So, us as staff and as a club, we're all doing what we can just to make sure that everybody's safe.
It first started with a few little changes, like we have to start cleaning more and start adapting to everything, but Michael and Anthony, they're always in contact with us. They're talking to us all the time, letting us know what the new procedures are, and then just letting us know that they care about us as well as staff members. Obviously they care about the members, but just letting know that us as staff, that we're safe and that they're going to do everything to help us through this difficult time.
My favorite thing about working at Addison, which everyone will probably say, is the culture. Just the people here, the family, it doesn't even, we work hard, trust me, we work hard, but, some days it doesn't even feel like work, you just come in, you're around friends, you're around good people, there's obviously a mission and you got to get the job done and you got to do it to the best of your ability, because excellence is our standard, but, just being around everyone, it just feels good.
The reason when I came back to Addison is family. That's what got me. The first interview I did with Anthony was just all about the family representation, and I really do like that. I mean, it's been tough with this whole situation with the COVID-19. We're trying to be a family and we're usually quite close, and now we have to stay far from each other, but I mean, we're still bonded in a way, and that's what I love about Addison.
The community, I mean, everyone's friends, we all get along, it's just one big family, and work doesn't really feel like work anymore. I mean, we all get the work done that we need to, but it's always fun.
I've definitely grown. I started from the bottom, I started as a server assistant, moved my way up to a food runner, server after that, and now in a lead server captain position. So I've definitely grown professionally and personally as well from my experience here at Addison over the past 5.5 years. So I worked my way through university, working here as well. It's been a great job for me just to develop, into the man that I am now, and to keep going, keep developing and keep growing, and that's my plan. So it's been a great place for me to do that.
Well, yeah, this is my second season. So last season I came as a server assistant. So I started at that level, and then they asked me to be a food runner, and now I'm a server here. So I've definitely progressed as a person, and it also just teaches you new skills about dealing with new situations, new challenges, and also just growing as a person, interacting with all these people. And especially because people come from around the world to come work here. So we got people from Italy, South Africa, Austria, so you just get to know different cultures and you get to learn about everyone and get taught new things. So yeah, it's been awesome.
I think this time that I go home, it's going to be even more special, because obviously when something like this happens, it's when you see your family again, it's obviously going to be that more special, So that's just my plans, to go home and just spend some quality time with my family. And hopefully this whole experience for everyone in the world has just made people appreciate and life more, and just be grateful for small things like being with your family. So for me, I'm just going to go home and be with my family.